Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 7. That's it! Normally we're not gonna have any time jump at the beginning of this episode. Please. Like, I understood why we had so many time jumps at the beginning of each episode, because we needed to take these characters to that point, you know, when they are really adults, and they needed to make this episode to explain the backgrounds of these characters and also of these relationships, why right now they're acting like that with each other. I understand it, but I said also that it was making it difficult to connect with these characters, because each time we needed to, you know, reconnect with them, with the new context, all of that. So now, normally, no new time jump, okay? I'm not watching trailers for episodes, so I don't know if we're gonna have one. I don't want one. I think that with what happened at the end of the last episodes, normally we should have the new end, I mean the old end coming back as a new end of the king, Otto. Otto is gonna be back for Alicent. That should be great for her. She's gonna have more allies, but at the same time the girl changed. And if Otto is trying, you know, to give orders to her or something like that, I'm not sure that she's gonna accept it like the young Alicent would have obeyed, you know, like just like that. That's something that I appreciate about her character, the fact that she changed. She's not a kid anymore. Now she's taking her own decisions. Now she's not afraid of talking bad to people, you know, even to the king, to her husband. For sure she's forced to do stuff because it's her duty as a queen, and she can't really take the big decisions and all, but you know, like that council meeting, it was not the king who was talking, it was Alicent who was talking. It was Alicent who decided to stop the conversation right there and all. So she can't take the big decisions, but she's not afraid of talking for herself anymore, of saying when things are not pleasing her. She's not afraid of being sassy, you know, like when she said that Rhaenyra husband, you know, saying, he's not looking like you, not this one, like you have to do another one if you want to maybe have one looking a little like you. You know, she's not afraid of that anymore, and I love that evolution for her character. I want to say that because one of you on the comments told me like, oh, you're one of the few reactors who can appreciate her change, who is not ruling entirely for Rhaenyra. And I want to make that clear, you know, during this intro, the fact that I don't love one character more than the other ones. Like, I appreciate stuff with all of the characters. I love Rhaenyra because of how brave she is. The fact that during all of this time she never gave up, she stood right there and she wanted to be accepted as the true heir, and she was ready to fight for it. Even if everyone was not considering her just because she's a girl, all of the things that she did, you know, to be recognized, all of the brave things that she did, all of the things also about having these kids to also be recognized as the true heir. Like, she wanted also to do that to please the kingdom, you know, everyone to say, see, I'm doing what you want, I'm giving you kids, I'm giving you a descendants. I think that a part of her did it also because of that, because, you know, for her I think that it was also difficult to have kids, to, you know, because of her mother, what she thought of her mother, like she was good only for that, her mother. I think that it was difficult for Rhaenyra to do it, so I consider also that as a brave thing that she did. And for sure when we saw her walking like that, losing blood with her new kid who was just born into her arms, that was so brave, and I appreciate that so much about Rhaenyra. But it's not because of that that I'm gonna love only her, or that I'm gonna agree and accept everything that she does. Like for example, all of that situation with Daemon, okay, you made it, you know, the passionate relationship of this show, but it doesn't mean that I have to be okay with it. Like I'm not okay with the fact that she married her cousin, let's be clear with that. But I'm not okay also with her lying so much to Alicent during that moment, I mean when there were kids, and to put the blame also on Alicent, like, you know, like shame on you, you're doubting of me. Like you have to be a little hypocrite and, you know, to have some nerves to reverse the situation like that during that moment. So clearly I was not okay with it. And right there, the fact that she's leaving the place, I understand her situation, like she's tired of proving herself again and again. Like she had to know already before that everyone was talking about her and also about her kids, considering them as bastards. But for her, like, that's it, she has enough of it, so she's leaving the place. I understand why, but I'm not sure that it's a good move, because now everyone is gonna whisper into the king's ears. She's not gonna be close to him, like physically, to convince him again and again that she doesn't want to do something bad. That's gonna be bad for her relationship with her dad, that's gonna be bad for her relationship with the king, that's gonna be bad for the fight for the throne. And also that's gonna be bad because we know that he's gonna die soon, and she's not gonna be there when her dad is gonna die and when the king is gonna die. So I'm not sure that it was a good move, even if I totally understand it. So see, I have a lot of things that I love and that I understand about Rhaenyra and that I agree with, and there are a lot of things also that I don't understand, that I don't agree with things that she's doing. And it's the same with all of the characters. I think that if the fans are ruling only for one character, Alicent, Rhaenyra or Daemon, into this show, watching this show, I think that you didn't learn your lessons that you should have learned with Game of Thrones. I think that the fans, they made that mistake with also Daenerys into Game of Thrones, to rule for her, to support her no matter what, and because of that they didn't see her evolution, which was made really fast, we can all agree with that, but at the same time it was also, you know, a love that they had for her which was making them blind about her evolution. And please guys, don't make the same mistake right there with House of the Dragon. Don't rule no matter what for one character without seeing also the mistakes that this character is doing, the wrong things that you can't agree with, even if you love that character. It's the case, I said it for Rhaenyra, it's the case also with Daemon. Even if you saw it, I loved so much that fight and I was supporting him during that fight. And I love the fact that, you know, at first he was so ambitious and he was not giving up on stuff and he wanted to prove himself, and you know, he was brave, he was stubborn and all. I loved that. But again, what he did with Rhaenyra and how he treated her from beginning to the end, you know, in fact, the fact also that right now he tried to give up on that, on his ambition, I understand it, but I'm not okay with it because it's not what I loved with his character. How he's treating also his daughters, I'm not sure that I agree with that, we'll see. You can see that I don't agree with everything that he's doing, like I don't agree also with everything that Alicent is doing neither. Even if I love a lot her evolution through these episodes, I mean through time, and how she is right now because of how she was before, I can also see that how she is right now, I have some issues, you know, with it, with our new friend, the new Littlefinger. I don't even, you know, remember his name, because for me it's really like the new Littlefinger, or maybe more a mix between Littlefinger and the one with the birds. Oh, I can't remember. Varys. You know, maybe it's more a mix of that. For now, you know, how the last episode ended with him, you know, who imagined all of that to kill the Old Hand and also Rhaenyra's husband, like, I know that she did not approve that mission at first, but I think that with time she's gonna give more missions to that guy to continue his little stuff, like she's gonna fall into that trap and I'm not gonna be okay with it. And also little things that she said, okay, there were, you know, sassy lines and that was cool, but it's rude also to talk like that to people. And you know what happened with Rhaenyra at the beginning, I don't like that. Even if I can understand, I don't agree with that. So see, I'm not ruling blindly for any character. I think that no one should do that with House of the Dragon. If you didn't learn the lesson with Game of Thrones, shame on you, you know, a little. And please don't do the same mistake with House of the Dragon. These characters, they are not perfect and they can do mistakes, and you don't have to agree with everything that they are doing. And it's not because you can see the bad things that they are doing that you don't love them. You can love them no matter what. They are characters, you know. They have weaknesses, they have defaults, and that's okay. Okay. For what is gonna happen during this episode, so Rhaenyra is gonna leave the place. I think that she's gonna meet Daemon again. We're gonna have Otto back with the king. As the king, I appreciate your character, but you need to die at some point, my dear. Like, episodes that we are seeing your heirs going worse and worse, I think really that you need to die at some point. It's okay. Like, don't be ashamed of it, just give up. The fact that during the last episode he was thinking about what legacy he's gonna give to everyone. You were a good king in the sense of you didn't have any big war during the time that you were on the throne, but at the same time you didn't have any big war because you decided to stay blind to situations which maybe would have needed a war, you know, some fights. You chose to not fight. It's not like you didn't have any fight because you managed to avoid situations of fight. It's you didn't have any fight because you chose to not go on these ones. You know, really the stepsons, it's a situation which is talking, you know, for him, for what he decided to do and all. I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want to join my Patreon, on which you can have this episode sooner during the day and with an extended all full reaction part. I put only extended reaction part, but I'm saying it each time because it's really long episodes, you know, almost 1 hour episode. It's really longer extended reaction part if you can be interested. It's also the best way to support me. I'm saying it, you know, since sometimes September was really rough, really, and October, that's gonna be the same. So if you want to support me, if you were hesitating about going on my Patreon or not, even for just 1 month, it's the moment, guys. Truly, it's the moment. And if you can't, I totally understand that, and you can support me right there on YouTube by liking, subscribing, sharing also. I'm saying it each time, but maybe I need to insist more on it. You know, I'm a little reactor and YouTube is not offering my videos even to fans of House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, who are watching, you know, reaction videos, because I'm such a little reactor. So to share my videos, it's a way for people who don't know me to discover me and maybe to like my videos. So I don't know where you can do that, maybe on Twitter or stuff like that, but if you can, it can be appreciated. I'm on TikTok also now. I'm trying stuff for people to know that I exist, because YouTube is not gonna help me with that. So I'm trying my best to share things on Twitter, on TikTok and stuff, but it's rough. Stop. Let's go for this episode. Oh, Daemon, please. That's our funeral. Respect that. Oh, you? Go do yourself and let us be.
Little cousins have lost their mother.
on your dad, your real dad? It means that you can share their pain. You know, maybe you can use it like that. Oh, that one! These two looking at you like that. Everyone, you know, is looking at each other like... Girls?
Both my seat and my type will be yours one day, Rhaenys.
Sorry, I don't want it.
No.
From the world of Driftmark, it means everyone's dead.
Oh my dear. It's true, and he's just a kid. You can't announce him you're gonna have the throne like that. For sure, he's not gonna think about, oh yes, power. He's gonna think about, you're all gonna die.
I don't want Mother to be gone.
Too late. Come on, you're not the asshole that your brother is. This one. Oh my dear.
Retrieve your patron.
He knows his life is a lie. He's not lying to himself like all of you.
The old girls had a very image of their mother.
Yep.
A conflict and an anguish, as I well remember. I know we've had our differences, but let them pass me for years. There's a place for you in my court. That's something you should need. I need nothing.
Oh, pride is talking. He's dying and he's offering you an harp, you know, an harp. It was all about everyone's relationship with everyone at that moment.
The crown was yours until those fools at the Great Council plucked it from your head.
At some point, you don't want to win it back for her, but for you.
It's not justice for your wife that drives you to your own ambition. Not for yourself and for the scions of your house. I gave up the idea of wearing a crown a generation ago. It is
She
you
already
who
told you
refuses
that.
to abandon this pursuit.
I don't want your life, Rhaenys. Really?
I want Driftmark to pass through Rhaenys' line to Baelor.
Disinherit our son.
He will be the king consort.
I'm not sure of that move.
Nearest children are not of your blood.
You can't deny that, come on.
But Rhaenys are.
You're right, and I
They are her
understand.
legacy.
History does not remember blood. It remembers names.
Rhaenys has been restless for years, but now he will be useless. Or worse.
Really,
I know
Rhaenyra?
better than any. We did try to
To...
conceive a child. We performed our duty as best we could.
See what I said in intro?
Till
That's also, you know, something brave that she did. She knew that they needed a descendants and all for her, so
there is joy in it.
she wanted to give them kids, no matter what. The fact that you can talk only when it's
You
so dark.
abandoned me.
I spared you. You were a child.
Yes. Yes, I was a child. And look at what my life became without you. It was all tragedy.
Well, I wonder what you think of mine by comparison.
I know little of it. Did you love her?
Yes, kind of.
You were happy enough. And at least now to mourn my losses.
I'm no longer a child.
I think that he wants you also. Like, you know, when she was a kid, it was as much, you know, for her and also for the throne. Right there, they're both desperate, sad, and still in love. I love both of them. I see the love that they have for each other. I'm not gonna agree with this love, okay? If you are accepting that love, you have to accept, you know, for example, Cersei and Jaime's love. The same, guys. Don't be a hypocrite with that. Can you not do anything stupid, you? I'm counting on you a little, you know. If your brother would die, to not be as bad, you know. I'm not sure that, yes, it's gonna work. Does it mean that you're stealing Veigar, you know? It was Rhaenyra's dragon? If he obeys to you, like that's it. You're creating that bond with him. Aemon, you stupid kid! Come on, kid. That's it. I'm with you. Come on. If you had that plan in mind, you have to be strong now. You have to... You know, they were all laughing at him because he didn't have any dragon. Now he has one and the strongest one. I'm proud of him a little. Yes, it's gonna, you know, bad consequences for that, but I'm a little proud of him.
She was mine to claim.
Then you should have claimed her. Maybe your cousins can find you a picture ride.
Oh,
Can't let them now feed you to my dragon.
Aemon! Don't be like that! Kids!
You will die screaming in flames just as your father did. Bastards.
Kids! Stop! Oh, Aemon, I'm taking back everything that I said. Kids! Oh, fuck! Kids doing that to each other, it's awful. The consequences of that are gonna be awful.